Yoga is for everyone, but it's also not. Hi, namaste. My name is Evgenia, and I really want to believe that yoga is for everyone. You know, my teachers say that if you can breathe, you can do yoga. Meaning, like, you can be a yogi, you can be on a yogic path, and you can practice. Well, that's something on one side. I truly, truly believe that it can be this way, because if you are breathing, you are alive. And if you are breathing, then most probably you have some control of your mind. You might not have a control of your body, actually. I'm starting with really heavy things. But if you have a breath, you can most probably control it. And when you can control it, you can transform yourself through the practice of breathing techniques. So let's say you have an injury, like my knee injury, which I had a year before. Many people ask me, like, oh, can you do yoga? Can you teach yoga? Can you practice yoga? And for me, it's not a question at all. I mean, the rest of my body is healthy. Even if I wouldn't be able to feel my legs, it doesn't change anything about the fact that I can transform myself through the power of my mind and my breath. And if I can use my body for that, and if I can use some part of it, the better. If I can use all of it, wow, I'm feeling privileged. Honestly, I'm feeling privileged. That's why my injury actually did not affect me in that way. People would suggest it would. Of course, it blocked me from doing some movements. I was not able to walk for a long time, and then I wasn't able to bend my knee. But let us not forget that yoga is not asana. Asanas are the postures we do, and we can do asanas even if we cannot use like all of our body. Even if the damage is here on a bodily level, we can use the rest of it. That's why yoga is truly for everyone. But let's say yoga is not for everyone. Honestly, there are different things why not everyone is practicing yoga, and not everybody maybe should do it. I say yoga is for the curious. Yoga is for people who ask questions. And yoga is for people who are willing to be confronted with uncomfortable truths about themselves. Because these truths, they come sooner than later. Imagine you are going into your first, second, or third yoga class, and then you are in a forward fold, and you have the picture of yourself that if you're not able to touch your toes with your fingers, then you're not good at yoga. What do you do with that? You would definitely feel frustrated, and that's understandable, but what do you do with that? And that's where selection happens. Most people say yoga is not for me. Or they don't even try. They say like, at home I cannot bend forward. Yoga is not for me. It comes from a misconception about what yoga is about. But it is also about saying, I'm this way, I'm that. You already have an answer. You are a person who cannot touch your toes with your hands. And that's it, you quit. That's why that's not for everyone. Most people quit. But the curious ones, they stay. Because they face a challenge and then they figure out either they get more strong and flexible with time and they finally get to touch their toes. Well, that's good for them. Or they find out that yoga is not about that. And on the way there is this really like this saying, it's already an old one, and it's one which has been everywhere. Like, yeah, yoga is not about touching your toes, but about what you learn on the way there. Yeah, actually it's not all of yoga, but it's a first filter. If you are ready to go there to learning, or if you just say like, no, I'm that person who cannot do that, and that's it. And yeah, then if you stay curious, you will find out a lot of things about yourself and about yoga, because you will find out all the preconceptions you have about yourself, all these pictures you have, like I'm that and not this, or that, or that. Postures help with that immensely. The challenging ones, like, yeah, I cannot do a headstand or a handstand, or like the easy ones where you say like, I can do that. I'm very good at this. I'm a good yogi. And then like, yeah, no, if you're good in splits, it doesn't mean you're a good yogi. It means like your body is done that way, or you've practiced a lot. So you start to identify yourself with that thing you can do, but then maybe like over time you figure out, no, that's not that either. It doesn't make me a better person if I can do this posture better than my neighbor on the mat, or even better than my teacher, because you can absolutely be better in your postures than your teacher. And staying curious and I'm saying like especially staying, because staying is also a filter. Yoga requires practice. It requires time. It requires years, and it is actually something which can be your companion over your whole life, because yoga changes, and it is supposed to change. It is supposed to be not the same for you when you are 20, and that not the same like you are 60. And yoga can do it because it's huge. It's a huge body of wisdom. And if you stay curious, you will find what part is the most beneficial for you in this stage of your life. So you have to stay curious. To summarize, I really wish that yoga would be for everyone, because it has this capacity. It definitely does. It has the capacity to be for everyone. The fact is, it is not. Some people are absolutely happy with the way they are, the way they live, the way they cannot touch their toes with their hands. It doesn't make them less a person, less a human being. This is just the way they choose to live their lives. I'm saying they because I'm different, but let's say all of us make our choices. So if you feel drawn to try out, please do. If you're on this path already, please go further, explore. If you have the feeling, yeah, yes, maybe I can become this person, and if you just slightly open this door, so many people in some point of life, they can open slightly this door, look inside and find out that yes, actually they want to go this path. So never having this feeling like the door is closed and that's for me or it's not for me. If it's not, for now, it's fine. If it is, welcome, and happy explorations. Namaste.